We're taking a look here at the NEPH18236 stainless steel from the Vent-A-Hood collection. It is a chimney style hood, rounded lower lip. It's got dual level LED lighting, and it's also got this patented easy clean system, which involves this centrifuge, and the grease just drains from this tiny little hole into this removable tray. Cleanup takes less than a minute. So here we're looking at the very popular chimney style hood from the Vent-A-Hood manufacturer. This one has the rounded lower lip, the NEPH. You're going to notice they have it in 3 different widths, 36, 42, and 48. This is a 2-blower model coming in at 600 CFM. Check out my videos on YouTube, Ducting Do's and Don'ts Part 1 and 2. I have a video there, how to duct the home and create a quiet scenario. It's reached about 1.3 million people. I've taken about 400 questions from people all over the country, and I enjoy taking your questions either here on this tutorial or anywhere on YouTube. Happy to give up my advice, whether you would like to ask about internal blowers versus external blowers. The reason these internal blowers are quieter than the external blower is we have multiple blowers running at a constant 1550 RPM in order to add up to that 600 CFM in that 6.5 zones. If we had one motor spinning faster and faster to achieve that 600 CFM, you'd find that the sound of the moving air would be much louder and it would come in at a higher zone volume. Here on this particular tutorial, we're looking at a hood that projects into the kitchen 24 inches. That gives you great coverage over your front burner for a pro level range. Notice the mounting height is 30 inches off the top of the stove to the bottom edge of the hood. We do have some customers that don't want to have a hood protrude quite that far into the kitchen. If that's the case, you can circle back to the PDH and SLDH tutorials. Those hoods only come out 21 inches from the wall. However, they have a much lower mounting height. So getting back to this NEPH18, you're going to notice the manufacturer has 3 production duct covers. That's a WDC R&D 1212 for the 8-foot ceiling, WDC R&D 1224 for a 9-foot ceiling, WDC R&D 1236 for a 10-foot ceiling. These duct covers have a removable front panel that's going to aid you in the installation process. You can take the front panel off to tape up joints that might be concealed behind that duct cover. We can also custom make duct covers at any height you wish. So you can bring this hood above the 30-inch recommended mounting height by ordering a custom duct cover. Here's a project I did about a year ago for a client, and you'll see that we mounted it a little higher than the recommended mounting height, and we also did a vaulted ceiling. So there were 2 custom elements to this. Can take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks for us to order a custom duct cover out. Circling back to installation, we got the wall louver VP528 that Vent-A-Hood manufactures and roof cap VP541 or VP541 HP. You might find at your local hardware store they have a lot available. These are less desirable options as some of these aren't matched to the size of the pipe you're connecting it to. That can offer resistance and a reduction in performance. As far as the straight pipe and the adjustable elbows go, these are all the same. You can buy them at your local hardware store. They'd cost too much to UPS. So I just have the wall louvers and roof caps available. And those are proprietary. You can't find these wall louvers just anywhere. They are Vent-A-Hood's brand. You're going to notice this hood has a deck line inside at 9 inches, so you can basically turn the air within the body of the hood. I always recommend my customers go up a couple feet with straight pipe before going into a sweeping 90. I found that gives a little quieter installation scenario. If you have some structural problem and you have to turn the air quicker, you can look at this VP561 back vent elbow, which goes with the manufacturer's VP528 wall louver. This turns the air really quickly, so we find that it can tend to sound a bit louder than the option of going up a couple feet before turning the air out the back wall of the home. So on the topic of installation, this is a wall that's showing you the stud configuration. This might not be visible in your project. You might have to cut the drywall to see this. Notice that the 2x4s that are vertical are structural. They're 16 inches apart. They can't be cut or modified, and these studs might interfere with your plans to back vent your hood. So before making these decisions, you definitely want to excavate a wall to see if you've got enough clearance to the left and right of those studs to run our VP528 or the back vent elbow VP561. Now, at any point in this video, you can click the cursor in the upper screen and it'll take you to Kitchen Foundry where you can take a look at the units that we have. You can also visit our installation website, Vent-A-Hood where you can find wall louvers, roof caps, and even a video to help you figure out the pitch of your roof and determine which roof cap would work for your project. Eager to hear your questions. Feel free to comment here on this YouTube video or reach out to us today, 949-275-4496.